Well, hello and welcome to the living room of the dollhouse for another reading from The Secret Language of Birthdays by Garrett Goldschneider and Just Elfers for August 11th, the day of validation. And here we have us an image at the top of the page of a accent shelf, a fleur-de-lis accent shelf with three balls, it would seem, three spheres atop. A visual representation of the day of validation? Who's to say, but maybe something will come together in the breakdown and give us a better idea as to why that might be a good image. Here nor there. It's today is August 11th, so I'm wondering if it's your birthday today, and if it is, well, I just want to say happy birthday, okay? And if you find this video long or sometime shortly after your birthday has already come and gone, well, I hope you had a happy birthday. That's right. But for everyone else who's just joining us out of curiosity, well, I want to say hello, welcome, and I hope you enjoy yourself. Now, before we dive in directly with the birthday read, let's roll some dice. That's right. This is the DykASSt birthday cast, so we need to live up to the namesake, and more importantly, for synchronicity's sake, and you're not going to believe it, folks, rolled an 11. That's crazy. That's crazy. What's synchronicity, you may be wondering? Well, it's interesting because I typically just say, hey, it's the universe aligning for you, showing you your path, and you go out and you chase after those numbers. You keep an eye out for your numbers, and that should be pretty easy today considering it is your day, right? 6 and a 5 for an 11. So yeah, you see a guy with a hockey jersey, you just follow him for a bit until you see another 5 or 6 or an 11, and then you go after that. See, that's what I would typically tell you. But yesterday rather, what happened? I was reading an August 10 birthday reading, as it were, and it turned out they are the number 1 rulership and the sun rulership. But Leo is also ruled by the sun, and so I called it a snake eyes. Now, I didn't roll snake eyes yesterday for that day. It was like a 5 and a 2 or something for a 7. And this is no shameless self-promotion here. I went and I did a stroke stream yesterday. I used to find one of them on my channel, and I rolled some dice for that. And guess what happened? Boom! Snake eyes, right? I just randomly said snake eyes during a birthday reading recording. And boom, I rolled it for the next project that I did. So synchronicity, for me it was. You might think it was just happenstance, coincidence, but here nor there. It was a sign to me to say you're in the right place, you're doing the right thing. So maybe take it for that. Your numbers are out there, all right? So get after them. Any event, let's dive into the birthday read, shall we? Enough telling stories. Your month is August. Your day, the 11th. Your sign is 17 to 19 degrees Leo of the Leo 3 period specifically. That's the first day of Leo, so we're going to dive into some new dynamics, I reckon. We'll get kind of excited to find out. All right, and what else? Well, your quality and element, which is fixed fire. All right, August 11th, the day of validation. Those born on August 11th have a strong desire to reveal the truth, and they also have a feeling for the dark side of life and for topics that others may be uncomfortable with. It is their job, they feel, to courageously bring what is hidden to light, to test, to probe, and if necessary, expose those who pretend to be what they are not. Ooh, this is interesting. It is the last activity that can be quite merciless with. Substantiation and documentation of the truth, no matter how unpleasant, can amount to a mania with these people and even become their life's work. More highly evolved August 11 people can deal with such subjects in a positive and creative fashion, enlightening and teaching others. The less highly evolved, however, born on this day, may come to embody those unpleasant truths in themselves and be driven to antisocial activities. These latter individuals may, however, raise their level of consciousness through becoming aware of what they have done, commenting on it, and seeking to move to a higher plane of existence. In this respect, they have a chance to undergo great personal evolutionary change within a single lifetime. August 11 people possess a subtle understanding of human nature and are difficult to fool. If money-oriented, they will invest wisely. However, in their emotional life, they may be very difficult to reach, and since they are not overly trusting. Nor do they necessarily believe that sharing and acceptance will take them very far. Many born in this day deliberately make themselves invulnerable to sentiment in order to travel unencumbered along their chosen path. It is extremely important for August 11th people to have an audience for their challenging, sometimes disturbing views and unusual behavior. What they know has to be exhibited and put on public display. If they are critics, their views must be published and examined. And if athletes, their feats of strength or skill must be at least acknowledged, and whether or not they are admired. Those born in this day seek respect, but they do not live for the approval of others. And in fact, the opposition or antagonism which they often raise only acts as a tonic on them and strengthens their life force and resolve to succeed. They must, however, beware of raising so much opposition that negativity and destruction follow them through life. August 11 people can be highly successful once they learn to present their insights at the right time and in the most productive manner possible. In family situations, they must beware of being at the center of trouble. Catalytic by nature, those born on this day tend to arouse controversy in whatever social sphere they find themselves. Violence, dissension, strife, and struggle seem to swirl around them. Yet more highly evolved August 11th people manage to integrate such wilder energies in their conversation, work, and creative projects, while keeping them from disturbing their personal lives. Growing older and hopefully wiser, and generally tempers the rebellious side of August 11 people. Well, all right. Hey, that was a bit of a long and lengthy one there, but let's dive into the notes and see what I had to say about your birthday breakdown. All right. A strong desire to reveal the truth and a feeling for the dark, uncomfortable topics of life. So you're a realist, it sounds like to me, all right? Hey, I say go all in. Exposing the darkness requires light, and venturing into the darkness requires a kind of courage most people just don't even wish to discover if they possess, all right? As to exposing phonies, well, I'm all for it, provided they're malcontent, malicious actor types, right? Some folks are just trying to be seen, okay? So I'd reserve your strength for those who actually need to be taken down a peg, not someone who's only acting as such because they're already at the bottom, okay? But yes, don't let the darkness overtake you, okay? And turn you cynical, okay? That can affect those who don't even deal in darkness, so it might be a whole different level of dangerous for you. And I find it interesting you have a drive to exhibit your talents, but not for the approval's sake. It seemingly runs counter to the perceived purpose of exhibition altogether. And I like that it defies convention, but I'm also curious if that isn't a byproduct of some of the ways you've had to mold yourself to function and survive in your chosen lifestyle. So the idea of shifting the antagonism to your work in a desired reaction, I can also appreciate, truly, but I wonder if it serves your best interest in the long run. See, the book mentions the possibility of destruction following you, for example, and to all this I say, hold on to your unique and antithetical views and your way of incorporating them into your work, but also do yourself the favor of finding a way to synthesize that voice in a way that is ultimately positive in its end there, even if divisive in its means. And I'd say get that, that goes for life too, not just work. All right, hey, let's dive in with your numbers and your planets and see what we can derive from that, like we did yesterday with the snake eyes. All right. Those born on the 11th of the month are ruled by the number 2, as 1 plus 1 equals 2, and by the moon. And those ruled by the number 2 generally make good co-workers and partners, an asset that helps August 11 people relate to others constructively. And the forceful, imaginative energy of the sun, the ruler of Leo, combines with Combined with the moon's reflective qualities, can grant great powers of insight to those born on this day. And the number 11 imparts a grounding in the physical plane, which is enhanced by robust sun influences, as well as a possible interest in coincidences, twins, or other doubles. Well, all right. Hey, what do I have to say about your numbers and your planets here? Turn the page here and get right into it. Ruled by the moon and hence make good co-workers and partners. See, that's very interesting to me because this runs completely contrary to the image I had in my mind from the breakdown. It made it seem like you're some kind of loner, what with such a unique approach to life. So yet again, you're defying expectations and with an ability to relate to others constructively. Okay, see, the breakdown really drilled down on the darker elements, I'd argue. Or at least that's what I was left with, considering the higher evolved aspects. We're only really peppered in there, if you like. Anyway, here's hoping you meet some twins, okay? Yeah, it says you like the twins, so hope you meet some twins. All right, hey, and yeah, drill down on the positive stuff, guys. I know they live in the darkness, but it's like, what, 7 positives for every negative? Isn't that the power ratio there? There should have been more positives. You know you dwell in the darkness, right? Okay. Hey, let's dive in with your tarot. The more eclectic of the metaphysical practices by my mind at least, but it's interesting nonetheless. So let's see what they have to say. The 11th card of the major arcana is Justice, okay? And a serene seated woman holding the scales in one hand and a sword in the other. She reminds us of the order of the universe and that balance and harmony will be maintained in our lives as long as we continue on the path. The positive aspects of this card are integrity, fairness, honesty, and discipline. And the negative aspects are low initiative, impersonality, fear of innovation, and grievances. Oh, see, they doubled down on the negatives again. How about that? All right, what did I say about your tarot? Well, they didn't really provide anything for you specifically. It was kind of a copy-paste job, but I suppose they do that a little bit. They figure which one they could best elaborate on. So that's why I'm here, to elaborate on all of it, right? So what do I have to say here? Well, it's interesting. The card further endorses the aspects of integrity, fairness, honesty, and discipline. Admirable qualities by any metric. Most desirable in someone who aims to expose truth and put phonies in their place. That's right. A maintainer of harmony. I like that. That's nice. And that's what I wrote for your tarot there. All right. Hey, let's dive in with your health. All right. Because of their physical nature and their attraction to conflict, well, August 11 people may be in danger of accidents of every type and need to beware of injuring others as well as themselves. Strong yang diets based on meat and dairy products should be moderated and perhaps grains substituted whenever possible. The highly assertive born on this day must avoid the darker side of life. All right, we've heard that before. As they face a danger of psychological instability. Overly passive August 11 people sooner or later have to face up to their more combative side and deal with it. And conflicts in their lives may be a product of repressed aggression. For most born on this day, sexual and sensual activities are best guarded by temperance and kept proportionate to other activities, though certainly an important part of the expressive life of the individual. Well, I'll say this one was pretty interesting. It's well-rounded, as a lot of others are, but it did kind of appeal to what they've shown in the breakdown. So they spent some time on it, I would argue. So what do I have to say about your health? It says you must avoid the darker side of life. Ooh, but that's where you thrive. What? Interesting. All right. I like the drug that you're addicted. It's like the drug that you're addicted to, but it's apt to kill you. All right. That and meat and dairy, apparently. Okay. Yeah. So don't lose your psychological stability. All right. Maybe switch to grains. That's all right. Let's see what else we got here. And keep your sex proportional, all right? And maybe do it with the lights on. There's apparently a danger in the dark. All right. Let's move on to some advice. All right, yes, sir. Keep the light on during your sexual proportions. There. Keep your instincts and your impulses under control. That's right. Truth can teach, but it can hurt too. And remember that your success may be in direct proportion to your diplomatic skills. All right? Cultivate your affection and accepting side. And remember the importance of small acts of personal kindness. Oh, not kindness. Oh, I don't want that. I live in the darkness. All right, what do I have to say about your advice? The truth can teach and hurt too. Very perceptive, I'd say. Diplomacy, 100%, okay? Maybe a hard 96, but you may like conflict, okay? But save yourself some time occasionally, all right? And diffuse so that you can direct your talents to better purposes. You also do well to keep the people that you're exposing on their toes, right? So defy your own inherent unconventional conventions. Be diplomatic. Yeah. You gotta flip the script on your enemies, right? They're gonna be like, this guy's nice now? He's agreeing with me in a way? He's being diplomatic? Do it. So, we gotta keep life interesting, right? All right, hey, let's dive in with your meditation. Oh, the meditation. Why is it that madmen are so often perceptive? Once again, why is it that madmen are so often perceptive? All right, I got nothing to say about that. It seems pretty clear cut, but it's your meditation and it's your birthday, so that's for you to work on. All right, let's dive in. Your strengths and your weaknesses. All right, your strengths, you're truth-seeking, powerful, and you're insightful. And your weaknesses, are you ready? Oh, we're going to dive into the darkness. You're somber, disturbing, and you're hurtful. Oh. Don't be hurtful or disturbing or somber. All right, hey, let's go on and move into those born on this day. I've met a lot of folks, and it's all a struggle that we either encounter or have presently dealing with. It's figuring out what we want to do with our lives, right? Well, let's just find out what some of the people born on this day did with their lives. See what company you share with, all right? I don't know how I said it that wrong, but find out what company you share, all right? And let's see what they did with their lives. All right, let's dive into those born on this day, since I don't remember the copy. All right, we have Alex Haley, an African-American writer of roots. We have David Henry Hwang, who was innovative playwright, best known for M. Butterfly. We have Jerzy Grotowski, a Polish theater methodologist. I'm probably reading that wrong, but we got Polish laboratory theater creator. And we also have Fernando Arrabal, maybe, a Spanish-French surrealist playwright. And he wrote 49 plays and was also an essayist. We have Louis Bogan, a poet and critic. We have Angus Wilson, who was a British writer, critic, satirist, satiric novelist, and he wrote Setting the World on Fire. We also have Enid Blyton, a British children's book writer and naughty creator. We have Jerry Falwell, the TV evangelist and old-time gospel hour host, writer of The Fundamentalist Phenomenon. We also have Hulk Hogan, who was the TV wrestler and an icon. We have Mavis Gallant, an expatriate writer of Home Truths. We have M. Sadi Clarneau, perhaps, French president who was assassinated. We also have Phil Ochs, who was a folk singer and protest singer. Klaus von Bülow, a businessman, murder conviction, and later overturned. We have Robert Ludwig Strock, the names today. German murderer, rapist, and the Beast of Cologne was his term. Activities described in Diary of a Criminal. We have Carrie, he dwelled in the darkness for sure. We got Carrie Jacobs Bond, a 19th century songwriter of ballads. We also have Mike Douglas, a singer, TV talk show host. Richard Mead, the British 17th, 18th century physician, a preventative medicine pioneer. We have Arlene Dahl, a film actress, cosmetic, business woman. We also have Allegra Kent, a ballet dancer, and Hugh McDiarmid, Scottish National Party founder and a dialect poet. And I'd say I recognize like 2 of those names, boy. And I butchered almost 97 of them there. All right. Any event. Okay, your season was summer. Your sign once again was Leo, of the Leo 3 period specifically. And your quality and elements was fixed fire. And this has been August 11th, the day of validation from the secret language of birthdays. Okay, I got an affiliate link for this book down in the description if you're interested in picking you up a copy and supporting the channel at the same time. Yeah, just shop through there and I'd appreciate it. But more importantly, it's your birthday today, so I just want to once again emphasize, I hope you have a happy birthday. All right, and for everyone else who joined us, I hope you enjoyed yourself and you come back for your birthday reading. All right, now you stay out of that darkness, all right, even though that's where you thrive. Yeah, take care of yourselves.